Poverty in Malawi is both widespread and severe, with over 50% of Malawians living below the national poverty line. The Malawi government has identified social protection as a key instrument in addressing poverty and vulnerability. Over the years, the ILO has, through the government of Ireland, funded and supported regional programs on inclusive growth, social protection and jobs as a way of strengthening national systems for effective delivery of social protection programs. While the main responsibility for providing comprehensive social protection systems lies with the government, other key stakeholders such as civil society organizations, trade unions, and parliamentarians play an important role in strengthening the design and implementation of effective social protection systems. In view of this, the ILO has been supporting government to promote social protection advocacy through implementation of activities aimed at strengthening engagement with different stakeholders such as civil society organizations, media, and parliamentarians. It is envisaged that the increased involvement of civil society organizations in implementation of social protection programs will strengthen the design and implementation of effective social protection systems that will, in the end, facilitate responsive social protection programs by empowering citizens with adequate knowledge on social protection programs while addressing the needs of the beneficiary populations.
As we began the engagement with the CSOs in the beginning of this particular program, we noticed that there was limited involvement of CSOs organization first, even in the policy development of social protection programs, and because of that limited involvement, it limited their participation and even maybe a better understanding of the current social protection policy in Malawi and the different social protection programs that government has been trying to implement in Malawi. We also noted that there was maybe limited platforms where the civil society organization can come together, share experiences, and just strengthen their voice in the implementation and involvement of in the implementation of social protection programs. So those are some of the gaps that we identified. And also we supported an assessment on the social accountability systems within the social support programs. And it was noted that the CSOs actually lacked a platform and also information and tools that they could be used for them to participate effectively in promoting accountability in social protection programs.
What was proposed, I think some time back, was that we as civil society organizations, but also as other stakeholders, we should come up with a network that is looking at social protection. And our discussion today, or our meeting, or our workshop today, will be looking at the draft terms of reference of that network, of that proposed network, but we'll also be looking at some of the key structures, the governance structures of that network. So hopefully we'll also be able to choose members of a steering group to be in that network. And at the end of the day, we would like to see a fully formed network which will help us to move forward with our advocacy on social protection.
We are supporting International Labour Organization through our regional program, which is in about 4 countries, one in Zambia, Mozambique, Malawi, and Vietnam. And in particular for Malawi, we are looking at the aspect of civil society and their role within social protection programs in Malawi. And we are working to actually strengthen that role of civil society in terms of advocating for social protection, in particular looking at how government can actually add more resources to the national program. So we are working with ILO in terms of strengthening civil society organizations, as we realize that civil society organizations are not that strong when it comes to advocating for social protection in the country. Moving forward from here, we know that our program is actually coming towards an end. It's coming through an evaluation at the moment, and we are in discussions with ILO at the moment to try and come up with a follow-up program that is going to pretty much address around the same issues of social protection, and in particular looking at civil society. How do we strengthen the same?
The chairperson is Mr. Robert Mkwezalamba. The vice chairperson is Carol Valo. The regional chairperson for the North, Mr. Kenya Mlooka. Regional chairperson for the South, Henry Nandolo. Central regional chairperson, Alec Maki.
As a committee, on behalf of my colleagues, we commit to say we will take the agenda forward. Our colleagues within the CSO structure, the Council for Non-Government Organization, we need to engage and reach out, because if we want to achieve, we need to work together with everyone at the same goal. So as we resolved at this forum, we should be able to reach out to Kongoma so that we are able to map out a road ahead of us with their participation and not in isolation. So we'd like to thank you, colleagues, for entrusting us with these responsibilities. A network is as good as its membership. By participating in this exercise, you are committing your various and individual organizations to ensure that the process does not stop. Secretariat, let's bring more players into this effort.